Hi, and welcome to this episode 23 of my kind of a podcast. Today, I would like to have a little discussion about performative attrition and how I understand this concept and how it actually makes me feel. Because I've come across something while watching videos online. There was this video of this account called All Gas No Break, or All Gas No Breaks. I don't remember exactly the name of it. Where there was this guy who went to the AVNs, which is the adult film industry awards, I guess, the Oscars for porn stars, if you like. And he came across this person who was like a dominatrix, but her thing was that she was making white people apologize to black people. And she had this guy with her, and every time they met a black person, a black man specifically, she would ask them to go get on their knees and apologize and perform some kind of, I don't want to say ritual, but it looked to me like a ritual, like it was something they had prepared and that they had done before in order for the white man to tell the black man that he was a king and that he was not worthy of even kissing his feet or whatever it is. And we have seen those images recently, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement a few months ago, where you had people doing processions on their knees and white people begging for forgiveness to black people, and white people kissing black people's feet or washing black people's feet and things like that. And I, as much as I kind of can understand what it looks like for somebody to feel sorry about something and apologize for it, I do not believe this is what is happening there. Because when you are doing this, which is called, it has a name, it's called performative attrition, where you perform how sorry you are and you act out things that you probably believe are enough for whatever sins you have committed to be forgiven. But that is more the kind of things that you would do to a deity, let's say. Like, you will apologize to God for your sins, and you will whack your back with a chain and walk on your knees until you bleed and have yourself crucified like they do in the Philippines, because all of it is symbolic. You are apologizing to a god, to a supreme being that you believe in, and who is responsible for your well-being, I suppose, in a way. So the fact that it is performative and that it doesn't have any concrete effect on your life or on the people around you doesn't matter, because it's between you and your deity. It is okay that you feel that you have atoned because you are bleeding from your knees or your hands, and then you believe that your God is now happy because you have suffered, and you feel that that's enough for you to be forgiven. The thing with white people performing their atonement in that manner, it would be like having a group of artists recording a charity album or giving a charity concert and then giving it their all and being all, you know, expressive and giving the best performance and looking like they really believe what they are singing for and that they are actually doing something for the cause that they have decided to work for, and then keeping the money, because all it is a show, and particularly a show. The cat is destroying my office right now. So it's particularly a show where you are the protagonist, where all eyes are on you, where you are the focus and the point where all eyes is converge. So are you really doing this for somebody else? Are you really doing this because you are sorry for whatever it is? Or are you not flipping the narrative upside down and making it about you once more? And especially when you're thinking about the people who are doing this as some kind of kink, let's say. Kinks are usually performed for the purpose of sexual gratification. So are you telling me that a black person is supposed to feel better because you get a kick out of humiliating yourself because they are black and you are white, and there is a history of white people mistreating black people, even though you are not one of those who mistreated black people? And like, that doesn't really sit well with me. I find that this is a really disturbing way of understanding the act of asking for forgiveness, or and especially because of the fact that the whole process by which you will humiliate yourself or hurt yourself or put yourself in a position that you visually look like you are below the person that you are like apologizing to, it's really only just a symbol, and you cannot fix a real problem with symbols. You cannot apply an imaginary patch on a real issue. No black person has ever asked a white person to apologize for what their ancestors did. Hey, here's Diesel. Say hi to the people, Diesel. Hi. Black people are not asking white people to apologize. Black people and other minorities that are being done wrong are not asking for their feet to be washed or for anybody to call them kings or whatever it is. They are asking for society to change in a way that will stop abusing them and that will stop making them victims of discrimination and racism in their daily lives. Nobody is asking anyone to renounce their race. Like, there's this whole group of people who don't want to be considered to be white anymore. Like, there's this spicy white. What the hell is a spicy white person? Honestly, stop coming up with concepts that don't serve any purpose other than to shift the focus on yourself and make yourself the protagonist in the story, when what is being asked of you is that you make use of your privilege within society to make life easier and fairer for the people who are not having as much of a good time as you are. Nobody is asking anyone, white or black, to renounce their ethnic origins or their ancestors or their history. We are asking everyone to work together so that in the future, no one would be discriminated against or hurt or even sometimes killed because of something that they are and that they have no control over. It is really sad that nowadays there are so many stories in the news about people losing their lives or getting hurt because of their religion, because of their sexual orientation, because of their gender identification. I do not believe that anybody actually has a choice to keep themselves out of the loop and out of the conversation. I think everyone, by virtue of being a member of society, is actively participating in everything that is happening around them. Like how the saying goes, if you're not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. If you're not doing something in order to make the world a better place, you are actively doing something to keep the world the way it is, which is not the way that we want things to be. I'm not saying everyone needs to become an activist and to start organizing marches and hunger strikes and all of that. What I'm saying is, it is everyone's responsibility to become aware of the issues that surround them, to educate themselves about the things that they can change. Maybe it is by registering to vote and actually voting, offering their neighbors a ride to the voting booth when the day comes to go and try and make a difference, or just to be aware of the issues and teaching your children or the people around you, your family, about those topics. I know it is something that is really difficult to do, especially when you are dealing with loved ones who are extremely frustrating because they believe in things that do not align with our own beliefs. And it's not easy to argue with people who are your kin. And I know that sometimes it's actually a losing battle to try and make people change their minds. So if that means that you have to concentrate on the people that are receptive and on the things that you can actually change, maybe it's for the best that you separate yourself from the negative vibes and concentrate on the things that you have an influence on and that you are able to change, so that little by little things can change. There is a saying back in my home country, which is "Segondiri kafe sakdiri," which means bags of rice are full of single rice grains. So if you can be a rice grain and contribute in any small way possible, do that. And I am very happy that I have an opportunity to talk to my own children about certain things and teach them about how to go about their life. And recently, because we live in Ireland, not so long ago, there was a referendum to make abortion legal in this country. At the time, my sons were way too young to discuss what the topic of abortion was. I felt that when my son was asking me about what were all these signs saying yes, no, that were everywhere, in every street corner and on every light everywhere we went. So I explained to him that the country is voting for a change in a law, and some people want the law to change and others don't. So the ones who want the law to change will vote yes, and the ones who don't want the law to change will vote no. And when he asked me what I would vote for, I said that I would vote yes, because when you say yes, no is always an option. You can say yes, and then that also means you can also say no later on when that doesn't suit anymore. But when you say no, it's always no. You cannot decide, then you change your mind and you want a yes instead. I was very proud that my son was able to understand the concept that saying yes to something doesn't mean you have to say yes every time. It just means that if something is allowed to happen, it also means that it is also okay not to do it if you don't want to do it. And this is the kind of things that I try to do, my little grains of rice in the world. I try to teach the people closest to me and the people that I have an option to make a difference with, those little things, so that they can take it with them and hopefully build up on it and bring more to the table later on. Ow! Non, ça fait mal, hein? So this is what I wanted to discuss today. I hope you enjoyed spending a little time with me. I think next time I will try to do my AliExpress video that I want to do, because I found the most egregious items in the ads that are offered to me when I browse social media, and I have to show someone those things that well, not all of them. Some of them are a bit too extreme. Like, yeah, maybe I don't know that I want to do another AliExpress after dark with the things that I found, because they are really, really extreme. But so thank you for spending some time with me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.